Let's turn now to our big, huge Pretty Woman reunion. 25 years ago, it became an instant classic. It was a Cinderella story about a wealthy businessman falling for a prostitute. It was directed by Garry Marshall. It starred Richard Gere and the then virtually unknown Julia Roberts. And for the first time since its 1990 release, we gathered them together. Take a moment and take it all in. You're looking at the first time this group, the cast and director of Pretty Woman, has been in the same room together in 25 years. Julia Roberts, Richard Gere, Laura San Giacomo, Hector Elizondo, and director Garry Marshall, some seeing each other for the first time since they were on that same set. Thank you for doing this. If I forget to tell you later, I had a really good time.
That was a good time.
Yeah. I love what you just said, that Hector looks exactly the same.
He looks the same. He's been refrigerated for 25 years.
I remarked that I think Richard was about 15. And
I was 12.
And 12, something like that. And Julia was about 10.
I was 107. I was the oldest.
Does it seem like 25 years?
It doesn't to me.
No, it doesn't
seems
to me
like 5 minutes.
It's 45 years is what it feels like. No, honestly, it feels like a long time ago we did that. But then, as I was saying, that was 2 marriages ago for me. So it's a lot of things happen.
And action!
And a lot of things happened to even get this movie made. The original script for Pretty Woman wasn't even a romance or a comedy, but a dark, cautionary tale about drug abuse called 3000. 3000 was a reference to
How much money she got paid.
You were a drug addict.
At the end of the original script, Richard's character threw my character out of the car, threw the money on top of her, and drove away, and the credits rolled.
You die at the end, and this was a romantic comedy. Everything changed when Garry Marshall was brought in, and the movie was sold to Disney. Talk about casting. Who got cast first?
I was cast in 3000 before it went to Gary, and then over a happy weekend of having a job, it was sold to Disney, and I was out of a job.
No, but Steve Ruther, one of the producers with Laura Ziskin, they liked her, and they said, she's very good, you should use her, Gary. I didn't know her from Adam or anybody. As I said, she was just 21 years old, hello, and
I
we
came
met.
in and he said, I don't know what to do with you. Some people say you can't dress her up. Some people say you can't dress her down. What do you do?
You smile, that's what you do.
He had that smile.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I had the smile. That's
So
true.
did you lose the part and then come back and get it again? Is that how it worked?
Yeah.
You didn't lose it just for a day or so. Well, Disney
It
wasn't
felt quite
sure.
lost for a few
Disney
weeks.
wasn't sure who we should get and this and that, but we screen tested, and she tested with 10 people, a lot of people she tested with.
Do you remember the audition?
Yes, but once I got the job and we were doing screen tests, we screen tested with all of these different people.
Well, I remember some of them. The truth is, I made a test with Charles Grodin.
Richard?
Charles Grodin.
Could have been Charles.
Could have been Charles.
So the story goes that when you first read the script, you said, no, thank you.
A few times.
A few times, yeah. There wasn't a part. There was just nothing. The joke was, it's a suit. You could put a suit on a goat and put it out there, and it would work.
I don't think that's
and it
quite
was,
right.
But I just didn't. So yeah, I didn't get it.
But what he did get was chemistry. And when he met Julia Roberts for the first time, he knew they had it.
You know, we met.
Gary brought me to meet Richard.
I don't think so.
He did,
I
to New
remember
York.
the picture.
I can't believe this is so important to me and you're not remembering.
No, but I'll tell you the part that I do remember. No, this was important to me. I just remember you sitting across from my desk in my apartment and my office. They were both the same at that point.
Gary brought me there and he said,
you're sitting
Richard,
across-
Julia, Richard,
then
I'll
you
see
wa-
you later. And he
That's
walked
it.
out.
Okay, yes.
And left you two alone.
Yeah, but I was so mesmerized. I don't remember Gary. I just remember the girl.
You remember? No, I always, when you meet stars, if you have a normal thing, you're taught, you go to the restroom while they talk. And I came out and I saw the two of them at the end of a hall just looking at each other. And right there I said, look at that chemistry. They don't know each other. And they're doing great.
And yeah, we loved each other immediately. So it was a nice thing. But to be honest, I didn't know if I was doing this movie yet. She's across from my desk, we're getting to know each other, we're flirty, nice, it's all this is going. And he calls up and it's kind of like, how's it going? And I'm going, yeah. And she's across the desk and she takes a piece of paper and she's writing something on it, Post-it. You remember more than I did. And she turns it around and she pushes it to me and it said, please say yes.
I remember that.
It was so sweet, and I just said yes.
She did it. She did it.
It's like right out of the movie. That's
right.
fantastic.
Well, that's what chemistry is.
You're on my fax.
Well, that's one I haven't been on before.
Let's talk about some scenes. Julia, what's your favorite scene in the movie?
I don't know. Driving around in the car in Hollywood was pretty hilarious.
The Lotus.
Your foot's as big as your arm from your elbow to your wrist. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
It's a little bit of trivia.
I don't even know if I knew how to drive a car very well.
Well, you did. We went pretty fast for the cameramen, but they got it.
Richard is racking his brain, I can tell right now. Did you have a favorite scene?
Well, it was basically any scene where Julia was walking, which was fun for all of us.
In that outfit?
In that outfit, yeah. It was all about legs.
That outfit. And those crazy boots.
And the boots,
yeah, and then I had my red jacket and my little wig when we were on the street.
Where's
That was the only
outfit now?
piece of wardrobe not original. We needed a jacket, and we didn't have one that we liked. So we shoot on the street in Hollywood Boulevard. We saw a kid. I said, see if you can buy her jacket. And they said, we'll give her free tickets to Disneyland. I said, she don't want tickets, she wants money. Offer her money. And they gave her, and we got the jacket. And we cleaned it, and she wore it.
25 years later, despite all these actors' long list of credits since that time, Pretty Woman is what the fans still want to talk about, even in the far reaches of the planet.
Tell the
the
cave
cave.
story. Is it?
What's the cave story? I don't know.
Oh wait, I remember a story. It
No, this
wasn't
was
a
a
cave.
story. It was in-
a far, far away place.
It was in Papua New Guinea. No, it wasn't. It was in Borneo. They got bones in their ears, bones in here. I've taken a missionary flight. I'm in the middle of nowhere. And I get in this boat, and they take me down to the longhouse, and we pull it up on shore, and they start going, pretty woman, man, pretty woman, man. They've never seen a movie in their entire life, but they know Pretty Woman.
It's fun to see.
Oh my God, it's fantastic.
It all looked great.
It really is. By the way, we're just getting started with the cast of Pretty Woman. Tomorrow, they'll reveal never-before-told stories from the set. We'll hear more from Hector and Laura, and we'll see how they remember their famous lines.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Julia probably remembers them better than Richard.
I'm not going to give anything away.